What's up, guys? Iceman here. So first off, I'd like to thank Aaron B. for your generous donation of $20 to my PayPal account. Thank you, sir, for your generosity. Really appreciate it, man. Goes a long ways. So in this video, I wanted to talk about some stuff that I think should be implemented into Diablo 4. Because we all question, I think, the authenticity of Blizzard when it comes to their ability to produce an epic Diablo game once again. You know, many of us were disappointed in Diablo 3. Many of us were severely disappointed. In fact, I even made a video playing it just a week ago or so, and I already got bored of that shit. We all know Diablo 2 is toad, especially Path of Diablo. But first off, I'm going to gamble for some gloves. This is my Javazan, and I'm looking for some mana per kill items on her. I'll show you her gear real quick. Some goodies. Some pretty decent goodies. Room for improvement, of course. No Java skills on the gloves yet. See, but what I did is I put a mana per kill jewel in this storm shield. I slammed this storm shield. This is modded Path of Diablo. I got 4 sockets on this hog. Oh shit, I didn't slam this thing. I traded for it. I traded 2 high runes for it. And now I don't have a single high rune, dog. It's quite disappointing. But yeah, not a single high rune for Iceman right now. So that's been really sad. But nonetheless, I do have, you know, a nice storm shield that I traded that shit for. But I have 3 mana per kill. I'm trying not to wear silk weaves with this character as I normally do with the Javazan, which gives 5 mana per kill. So these gloves that I'm trying to craft, and I like to gamble for them because you can get Nightmare or Elite versions of items from gambling. See, it's going to be the chain gloves. And these are just the chain gloves, but that's fine. I don't really care that much. You know, it gives you a slight defense advantage if you gamble for a higher one. Let's go see what I get. Yeah, I want the mana per kill shit, man. But the problem is the range is quite vast. They range from 1 to 3 mana per kill. So, of course, what I'm shooting for are 3 mana per kill gloves with 20 increased attack speed and with 2 javelin and spear skills. Oh, shit. Is it the amethyst? Yeah, it's the amethyst. Fuck! And I don't have an amethyst on me. Okay, so scratch that. I need to get an amethyst. Perfect amethyst. But let's talk about Diablo 4 and what I think would be a great move for Blizzard to make. You know, there's a ton of revisions they should make. Kind of going backward from Diablo 3 and just maybe going in a different direction, of course. Expanding on shit from Diablo 2, that'll make this an absolute toad game. I mean, for one, you gotta have some nice rare items, right? Like, here's a great example right here, this Coronet Falls. With some totally, like, GG endgame gear in Diablo 2, you can get an epic circlet, or tiara, or coronet, or diadem. That's absolute toad. That surpasses any unique item for specific builds, alright? So they're super rare. Like this season even in Path of Diablo, we've seen nice circlets go for like 20 high runes plus, alright? Like some crazy shit, man. If you get like 2 to Necromancer skills, 30% run walk, a ton of resist, and all this other shit, you know? Diablo 4 needs that, because what's so epic about that is it really makes it super custom, you know? That you have this special circlet that no one else has. And that's what's toad about rare items, is I don't know if you ever see the same fucking one. So toad. This one's pretty shitty. But nonetheless, there's not a unique helm in the game that gives 2 to droid skills. Oh, fuck, actually, I think there is. Doesn't Jalal's have and Life Leech? This is what I was going to say. 2 to droid skills and Life Leech. But maybe Jalal's main has that, so I don't know. Nonetheless, it's a piece of shit. But yeah, you guys get the picture, right? Obviously, with Diablo 3, there was nothing of that sort. Any toddler could go online and look up the endgame, absolute endgame builds, and you could attain all that gear within, like, like 5 or 10 hours of gameplay if you're fast. Of course, if you wanted to get, you know, higher stats on that same gear, you'd have to play, you know, an endless amount of time to just continue augmenting your gear and getting the little niche rolls on it and shit. But nonetheless, there's nothing unique, right? The numbers just increased ever so slightly every time you enhanced it. So pretty much you lost incentive to keep going because there wasn't that super rare item to find. You know what I mean? All you knew after 10 hours of gameplay and you had all your gear, you're like, okay, I'm just going to keep playing now these greater rifts and ever so slightly increase the numbers going above my character's head and the greater rift number. Maybe I could go from greater rift 130 to 131 and I'll just increase the stats on my gear just a little tiny bit every time. But from level 10 to 2,000 hours of gameplay in, you're wearing the same exact gear and you're running the same exact build. Only your numbers are just getting a little higher. You know what I mean? And that's bullshit, right? Let me know in the comments if you guys are with me on that. That's bullshit. And if you don't agree with that, dog, your opinion's fucking stupid. But, no, I'm just kidding, man. I mean, maybe that's true, though, right? Maybe that's true. That is a fucking dumb opinion. To think that that's Toad. That it's Toad to 10 levels in, where the same fucking gear you're wearing, 2,000 hours into the gameplay. You know, if you think that's Toad, then you're a real Toad, dog. But, yeah, that's just one thing, alright? And there's another big thing as well. I mean, there's a lot of shit. Alright? There's a lot of shit to talk about. So if you guys will like this video, hit that thumbs up button, and let's get the word out there to Blizzard that there's a Toad way to do it, and there's a not so Toad way to do it. So here's another example. This character that I'm playing right now, I played for quite a long time. I didn't find griffins. I found one griffin's eye the entire time I've been playing Diablo 2, alright? It was like 2 seasons ago. It was in Path of Diablo. So people could bitch and say, well, Iceman, Path of Diablo has a higher item drop chance. So you're a dumbass, Iceman, and you never really did find griffins in that case. And if you want to say that, then fine. And honestly, maybe you're onto something. In fact, I would say you are. Because, yeah, they are enhanced a little bit in Path of Diablo. But nonetheless, I've been playing Path of Diablo a long frickin' time now. Well, like a year and a half or something. I don't even remember. Maybe closer to only a year. I don't remember, man. But nonetheless, I've been playing that damn long, and I found one griffin's eye, alright? And there are plenty of uniques that I have not even found. I haven't found a Wind Force, never found a Wind Force. Never found a Tyrael's Might. I don't think I've even found a Templar's Might. And the list just goes on and on, man. There's a lot of shit I have not found. But my point is, that's Toad. Because it keeps you going. It keeps you wanting to play. And of course, with Path of Diablo, you can trade. That's the only reason I've attained to Griffins. Is I traded for it. But yeah, point is, keep shit rare, man. See, this Griffin's Eye is Toad. Because all of a sudden, you're doing a lot more damage. You are wasting shit that's not light immune. You know, it's a big jump. Whereas in Diablo 3, after 10 hours of gameplay, like I said, you're going to have all the endgame gear. And there's no more big jumps. You just, a little tiny bit, little tiny bit, little tiny bit, just forever. And that's why people just get sick of it. They're like, fuck this shit. There's no more gear to find. I'm just getting my gear a little bit more intelligence points and shit. That's all that's changing here now. And there's a lot to still attain with me on this character. See, this character's level 89. I don't have an Infinity yet. I don't have an Enigma yet. I don't have a Phoenix Shield yet, which would be nice to get. I don't have all Toadish corrupted gear. I don't have any of that shit, man. Alright? And I put a lot of time into this character. And many others this season. And like I said, I don't even have a high rune to my name. That's another important factor of high runes, is they're super rare. And it's important to keep them that way. But here's the biggest point to take from my reasoning that shit should be rare. Alright? Check it out. In Diablo 3, say there are like 50 unique helmets, alright? There's probably more than that. Say there are 100 unique helmets. Here's the problem. After level 70, which takes you like 2 hours to get to, they all have the same chance to drop, all right? It's just an even line. So there are no griffins that take forever to find. There are no Tyrael's mites that take forever to find in terms of body armor. There is a Tyrael's mite, but it's a piece of shit. And it has the same drop rate as all the other unique chess pieces. That was a huge mistake. And I know they did it so toddlers could play. But the problem is the big boys left. And the toddlers left as well. After like a month. You know, like nobody's playing Diablo 3 anymore. It's fucking bullshit. But for good reason they're not playing. The game sucks. For many different reasons. And I don't mean to bitch about it too much in this video, but my point is, I think they did that because they didn't want the toddlers to see the gear on the big boys. And they'd be like, I want to have those pieces. And then they're worried. They're like, well, hold on. If we make these items rare, the toddlers are going to see the big boys wearing them. And then the toddlers are going to quit. Because they're going to be like, Mommy, I can't get that gear. I'm just going to quit. Even I don't really think that's how it would work. Right? It keeps us on the line, man. It keeps us going. It'll keep those babies chasing after shit. You know, I think even the babies would like rare items. Even though they'll say they don't like that. You know, they say, no, I want to have all the gear that all the big boys get right away. They'll say that, but the problem is Blizzard, they got to be smarter than that. You know, you got to think about that. You know, even though the baby says that, doesn't mean that that's what's best for the baby, all right? Like, I'm pretty fucking sure of it. If you make more rare items in the game, like helms, like similar to how Griffins is super rare, like in Diablo 2, you'll find like 20 Shakos before you find one Griffins, you know? You'll find like 50 Tarn helms before you find one Griffins. You'll find like 30 Jalals before you find one Griffins. That's how rare this shit is. But I'm pretty damn sure of it. If you make super rare items in Diablo 4, don't worry, Blizzard. You know, don't you fucking worry. The toddlers, even though they say they don't want that, they're going to play longer, all right? They're going to keep playing. Because they're going to want to get that shit. I think they're going to still play more than they would if you just handed it all to them, okay? Again, it's a very important piece of wisdom to take from this video. You know, so like I said, I hope you guys share this video and like the video and get the point across to Blizzard, all right? This is a very important piece of wisdom from the Iceman. Even though the toddlers say they want it, doesn't exactly mean that it's in their best interest to get it, all right? It's pretty fucking simple. But yeah, like the video if you guys are with me on this. Like, I think it's for the best interest of toddlers and big boys when it comes to the aim of getting them all to play more Diablo 4 and play it longer and increase the longevity of Diablo 4 in terms of its gameplay and people playing it. You know, just because they say they want something doesn't mean it's best for them. All right, and I'm pretty fucking sure they're going to play more if you make things harder to get. But let me know if you guys are with me on that. In fact, that jewel is pretty toad. Yeah, so like the video if you guys are with me on that. That's what's so nice about this game. Is like I said, I played the ladder for Diablo 3. I made one video and I was already sick of it. I nearly attained the endgame set already. One of the endgame sets. You know, you have a little bit of choice, but not much. And I was already bored of it. I was like, okay, there's nothing else to find. Whereas here I am in Diablo 2. And I still got to get me an Enigma. I still got to get me a perfect freaking Griffins with 3 sockets. You know, or at least a Griffins with 3 sockets. They're expensive as fuck. I'll probably never get one. That's what's so toad. It's important to keep that ceiling high in terms of the attainability of gear. You got to keep the ceiling high. All right, and Blizzard went the wrong direction with Diablo 3 when they were like, yeah, we need an unlimited ceiling of some sort. So how about we just make the greater rifts and we'll just let them increase their numbers a little tiny bit every time. And that'll be, you know, what they strive for. But that's false, right? We don't strive for that. We strive for things that we can find. It's like a hunter-gatherer thing, man. That shit's ingrained in our nature. And Blizzard missed the freaking ball on that. Big time. Like I said, I'm pretty sure their reasoning was they wanted the babies to get all the stuff the big boys have. So they're like, well, if we make it the way we want to make it, as long as the little numbers above the big boys' heads are going to be a little bigger, but at least all the gameplay and all the gear is all going to be the same as somebody who's only played for 10 hours. So hopefully the babies won't get too disappointed to see the numbers a little higher above the big boys' names when they watch them playing. And hopefully that won't be enough to kick the babies off. You know? To make them just want to stop playing. So I think that's exactly what happened. Like to the T, dog. That's exactly how shit went. And let me know if you guys are with me on that. Do you think that's how the discussions went? Maybe like indirectly a little bit. You know, on the boards when Blizzard was trying to figure out how to make Diablo 3. But yeah, I mean, it's okay because there's a lot of us, I think, who are wanting it to be made this way again, and there's still time for them to listen and hear our call and make it in such a way. Yep. So anyway, I'll be playing some more Diablo 2, and I'll update you guys on what I find with this character. And hopefully I'll find some GG. Haven't found a rune in Eternity. I just have a few mid runes and stuff right here. Or low runes, actually. Not a mal rune. It's not the best I have to my name right now. So I got a long ways to go. I have these things to identify, maybe trade, maybe slam. Some total stuff, alright? But yeah, if you will, become a patron if you want. Link in the description below. Thank you to my patrons for supporting me as you have. Really appreciate you guys. I'll talk to you all soon. Peace be with you.